Let's be real, Norman Osborn has nothing to apologize for, being the true hero of this spectacular Spider-Man show. Because our great Norman Osborn is out here single-handedly being a very good billionaire, creating jobs for plenty of struggling folks, while being a very good father as he creates a very loving atmosphere at home, and a very good man who helps people with their physical health. And just to give you a little nibble on what Spectacular Spider-Man is all about, it's frankly a 26-episode tragedy following Peter Parker, a 16-year-old who basically breaks every great responsibility he has by being late to literally everything, because he shoots white goo at people's faces. Meanwhile, our true hero, Norman Osborn, tries to bring order to a very chaotic city, and that's why the show is frankly canceled after season 2, because Disney couldn't handle Norman Osborn's success in the show. So it's too powerful, they just couldn't handle it. And I feel like Norman Osborn doesn't get enough credit for being the ultimate job creator, because he didn't just make villains, he made opportunities for people who needed it. Like Rhino, who's just a guy who wanted to be big and horny. Not like that. And somehow people hated him for it, right? Like Adrian Old-Ass Toombs, or what is known as the Vulture. He's just frankly a very delusional old guy who has wings for no reason. And he frankly hates Norman Osborn for no reason at all whatsoever.
Like, it's not like Norman Osborn took credit for what Adrian Toombs has made. No.
Norman Osborn do no such thing, because he is such a great guy. And he is such a guy with integrity and morals. Like, Norman Osborn gave you guys such great opportunities here, and people could just be so ungrateful for it. Like, he took social outcasts and gave them high-tech suits and a purpose. See, he sees potential in everyone. And frankly, what a nice guy. From my point of view, we've all had that one boss who pushes us too hard, but for the greater good, right? And in Norman's case, Norman is that boss. He is that guy.
But on literal steroids.
We need to stop being such a friendly neighbor and start being more of a big conquering corporation. And that's why Norman Osborn has nothing to apologize for. And let's keep it a buck with y'all. I feel like there's some fans out there who are frankly delusional, saying that Norman Osborn is a bad dad. And from my point of view, I believe Norman Osborn is a very high performance dad. You know, that's beyond bad. That's actually good, you know? Because he saw his teenage son, Harry Osborn, being soft.
Addicted to his feelings and belonging, you know? Something that, all that unnecessary stuff that teenagers want and can't have it, you know?
Like, Norman already gives him 5 minutes of his attention and care. You know, what more can Harry need, right? Oh, he's so needy, man. I feel like these kids don't understand it. And so like teenagers do, they do stupid things to get their parents' attention, like
Get drugs.
He did, you know, use his dad's performance enhancers just to get his dad's attention. But that's where Norman knew to teach Harry, in the real world, no one's gonna swing in and save you. You're gonna need to keep Goblin for more. And that's where it really hits for me, because we all have that one person in our lives who
coddles us too much. They care too much and give us cookies and all that.
And Norman Osborn is the opposite of that. We need that kind of gym teacher who yells at us until you cry. Because until we look in the mirror, we won't see who we want to be until we finally reach that point of reaching failure and almost reaching our crying state. And I think that's why Norman Osborn is frankly that guy. You know, he's such a motivational father there, you know? No matter how uncomfortable it is, he's pushing his son to be beyond his comfort zone, which is frankly such an admirable thing to have.
And that's why Norman Osborn has nothing to apologize for.
Norman Osborn is the best fitness guru you can possibly have. Because, frankly speaking, in Norman's final scene in the show, right, we see, and it's proven how great of a hero he is, because he cares so much for his community. He cares so much for their health, essentially, right? Like, especially in the first bits of the scene here, what he's doing is helping this treacherous Spider-Man with his exercise, you know? Like, he's a personal trainer helping him with these explosive movements and power, right? Like, and of course, Peter's mad about it because he can't keep up and he keeps getting hurt. You know, it's like a skill issue, of course. And I think that's the thing that really sucks, to hear that people are ungrateful because they can't do it themselves. Next, Norman shows Spider-Man his secret sauce to make his life even better, because he sees how Spider-Man is struggling to keep up with our glorious Norman Osborn. So he shows him the secret sauce, because frankly speaking, the biggest sin I think Norman Osborn has committed is
not being natty.
But at least he's better than The Rock, who won't admit that he's not using steroids. So I think that's one thing that we can really admire about Norman Osborn. And sadly, of course, you always get ungrateful people once again. And Norman Osborn sees that with Spider-Man here. And Spider-Man is super ungrateful for this gift that he's been told, right? And he just smacks it out of Norman's face and says, no, I want to be natty. The worst part of this all that Spider-Man destroys Norman's stash, stash of steroids, right? And he just had to retaliate in that way because he didn't like the sound of Norman being not natty. So he, of course, throws a ball at Norman's glider and then bam, destroys his glider and his steroid stash, which is such a tragedy. Norman's trying to help. He was trying to help Spider-Man with his lifting journey, and of course he smacked his hand away because Spider-Man's
ungrateful jerk.
And hell, Norman tried to bring in Harry, his own son, a part of this fitness journey as well. Right here in this moment, he's helping Harry, He's helping Harry in trying this new form of chiropractic on Harry's ankle to increase his range of motion, especially for Harry, who needs that range of motion with his ankles.
And that's why Norman Osborn has nothing to apologize for.
Especially in retrospect, watching this entire show, I admire what a great person Norman Osborn is. And honestly, let's be real with y'all, Norman Osborn has nothing to apologize for, and he frankly represents a great lesson that we should all aspire to have. To get your money up, not your funny up. Because frankly speaking, life is going to throw stuff at you, it's going to throw shit at you all the time. So you're going to need some of that money to help you with your confidence, And that's why you can't let these menaces and these fiends to mess up your life and mess up your money, mess up the grind, right? And that's why Norman Osborn is truly telling us that we need to be the CEOs of our own soul, and probably other people's souls too, Go out there and secure the life that you want by force, of course, because, Norman Osborn emphasizes strength. And honestly, the greatest crime that Norman may have committed was to have Goblin.
To have Goblin these nuts in your mouth.
This message is sponsored by Osborn Industries.